I was a mostly happy, middle-aged woman, single, never been married. I always teased and said my husband was lost and wouldn't stop to ask for directions. You know, I have missed the window of biological motherhood. I was praying about the possibility of adoption, and I told these 4 girls at church, I said, I just can't quite let this idea of adoption go, but will y'all pray with me that I'll just have wisdom regarding what God wants me to do? One of them said, you shared with our small group that you were sexually molested when you were younger. And she said, I know you've been to a lot of Christian counseling, but just in case you weren't fixed, you might unwittingly transfer some of that trauma onto a child. So she said, I don't think you're a good candidate for motherhood. I know you want to nurture something. So my encouragement to you would be to go to the Nashville Humane Society and adopt a dog, because you're really good with pets. Her words resonated with the deepest fear in me, that there was something in me so damaged that it really couldn't be redeemed. And so I took my adoption application. I was 40 years old, and I put it in the back of my file drawer at work. And the next day I went to the Nashville Humane Society and I adopted another dog. It was 7 more years. I was 47 years old before I was finally brave enough and believed God big enough to start the adoption process again. And I lost 2 domestic adoptions before a friend called me and said, just got home from Haiti, and while we were there, one of the young mamas died of AIDS and left behind a 2.5-year-old who's really, really sick. She has HIV and tuberculosis and cholera, and doctors are saying she's not going to make it. But I thought about you, because you said you wanted a kid nobody was standing in line for. Would you pray about this? And I said, nope, I've been praying about this for 30 years. Sign me up.
Lisa Harper is speaking in morning services at the Village on May 18th at 9 and 10:30 a.m. Her story and ministry extend well beyond God's faithfulness in her adoption process. She's an acclaimed Bible teacher and host of the popular Porch Theology podcast. Save the date and join us on May 18th.